What's going on, everybody? It's Antonio from Ikari Press. We're on the Indiegogo, $65,073. Santana, baby. Triple cover pack is, of course, still ongoing. If you want it, head on over to Indiegogo or just type in IkariPress.com. It'll take you right there. The link, of course, is in the description. All right. So I watched the last trailer. This is supposed to be the final trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home. This is just a bunch of random clips and stuff, but so I just thought it looked better in the background as I run my mouth. But I thought it opened up a couple of very interesting questions. It obviously picks right up after the events of Avengers Endgame. Couple of very interesting things that they pointed out. Number one, they have established that we now have a multiverse. A lot of people were pointing that out, saying that it looks like now we're going to get Secret Wars. So, yeah, it'll take them 10 years or whatever, and we'll have Secret Wars, and that'll be the next big thing. I can see that, and if they do it right, I'll be down for it. I didn't. Now, people that have watched this channel or follow me on social media know that while I did enjoy Avengers Endgame, I have been very critical of the movie because I thought they used the time travel thing at the end to kind of, kind of sweep over a couple of small mistakes here and there, and trying to, I don't know, the whole thing about Nebula being able to go back in time and kill her past self and not have any consequences because, hey, alternate timeline, it doesn't really. I'm like, okay, there you go, man. It just didn't make any sense. And I actually thought this trailer is really good. I mean, okay, the things that really bother me that I keep talking about, especially with Endgame, is I keep talking about some of the little things that happen. In particular, why is Peter and all his classmates still in high school? And matter of fact, let me go to it because I pulled this up. Let me see. This is a tweet. This is a great artist, Nate Melendez, that I follow on Instagram. I post his stuff on my Instagram all the time when I'm posting different comic art and stuff on Ikari Press. If you follow me on the gram, I've got over 11,000 people follow me on Instagram. But if you follow the Ikari Press Instagram, you'll see some of Nate Melendez's art. And this is something he posted, and I was like, and I agreed with it so much because I've said this so many times. I've gotten this serious arguments over this, but he said, so everyone in Peter's school disappeared in the first snap and came back with the second snap. None of them survived and aged 5 years like Scott Lang's daughter. They all fine with going from class 2019 to class 24. Nonetheless, can't wait to see the new movie. I'm sure it's going to be epic. And again, I'm definitely going to go see Far From Home. I enjoyed Avengers Endgame. There are some problems with Endgame with all the weirdo time magic that happened. And it just, again, that thread, when I tweeted that little post that I saw on Instagram from Nate, when I tweeted it out, I had so many people like, well, yeah, well, he didn't actually age. He was gone for 5 years and he popped back up. And I'm like, dumbass, that ain't what I'm saying. I know that while he was snapped out, that he ceased to exist. He wasn't aging. But when he returned, 5 years had passed. Okay? 5 years had passed. His birth date didn't change. He's 5 years older. Why is he still in high school? Now, if you'd said, hey, not to mention, Peter Parker's a genius. Peter Parker's a genius, and they could have just done something where he could get his high school diploma. He's genius. They got 12-year-olds there in college. You can read all day on Google about 12-year-olds getting accepted into Harvard or any other of these high-ass colleges and stuff. And you telling me Peter Parker, who is a genius in the Marvel Universe, he has to go back to high school because time magic. But Peter got Thanos snap. Ned got Thanos snap. Flash got Thanos snap. MJ got Thanos snap. And apparently Aunt May got Thanos snap, which that surprised me because of some of the stuff that happened when they did the original Far From Home trailer a few months ago. Now, if you saw that, you noticed that they kind of did some word trickery with the Nick Fury scene. You know, when Ned walks into the hotel room and then all of a sudden he gets shot with the tranq dart, and then Nick Fury was like, hey, nice to meet you, Spider-Man, blah, blah, blah. Now, he actually didn't say that. That was a redub, and they had Samuel L. Jackson just recut his dialogue because that trailer debuted before Endgame, and they didn't want to ruin the fact that a lot of this stuff happened in Endgame, and they knew he was coming back. So because some people were thinking that Far From Home actually took place right before Avengers Endgame, or it took place right before Infinity War. So, you know, they was like, oh, it's actually set just right before Infinity War happened. So that's why Nick Fury. And I had people saying that, and I was like, they haven't been saying that, but they were being very vague on what the timeline is. Now we know for a fact that that Far From Home takes place right after the events of Endgame, because they've got Peter Parker at some Stark charity and they're trying to help rebuild and do all this kind of stuff. But the one thing from the original trailer is you actually can see the fact that it looked like Happy and Aunt May they were kind of getting a little flirt on, like they had a relationship. So that now that it's been revealed that Aunt May got snapped out of existence, that's going to be I guess that's going to be a new thing that they're going to start up. So, yeah, because that's kind of confusing to me, because I thought, oh, okay, Peter's been gone for 5 years, and obviously life went on. You know what I'm saying? Everybody moved. That was one of the things they did in Endgame, where they had Steve Rogers, and he's having these meetings and he's helping people move on with their lives. They're having meetings, and matter of fact, what was it? Joe Russo played the gay guy at that one meeting where he was like, I went out on a date with a guy and all that kind of stuff and all that. So that was the whole point. His partner got Thanos snapped. Oh, that's going to be interesting. They need to follow up with that, because Joe Russo played the gay guy, and he went out. He's trying to move on with his life in Avengers Endgame, and he went out. He started dating and went out with another man and stuff because his partner got Thanos snapped. Well, his partner should be back now, right? So that's going to be awkward. But that's why they have an opportunity if they play it right. Because someone pointed out when I was on Twitter, they're probably going to touch on the timeline real quick, and then they're not ever going to mention it again, which I suspect is going to be quite accurate. I think that's what they're going to do. Also, if I had actually missed the point that Spider-Man Homecoming apparently took place in 2020, and that was a little flub from the producers or whatever. I didn't know that. I thought it was supposed to, because right at the beginning of the movie they're doing that whole Captain America Civil War intro thing where Peter Parker's over there in Europe with Tony Stark, and hey, Mr. Stark, blah, 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 and they showed just a quick little recap of the battle, and then he flies back home, and you can't show this video to anybody, blah, blah, blah. Peter reaches out over, tries to hug Tony, and Tony's like, "No, bitch, I'm just opening the door so you can get the fuck out." And I thought that was funny. But apparently that took place in 2020, but that was a mistake. That was a mistake from the producers or whatever. They wasn't paying attention, and they got the timeline wrong. So the Thanos snap actually might help with that situation, because Homecoming. But now we got a situation. Well, I guess Tony Stark was alive in 2020. That's so weird. That's so weird, because obviously Tony Stark is in Spider-Man Homecoming, which they right at the beginning again it's 2020. So yeah, Tony Stark's alive then, but he doesn't have a daughter. And matter of fact, he doesn't get engaged. He doesn't actually get engaged to Pepper until the end of the movie. Remember, that was the whole point, where she shows up and he was gonna introduce Peter as an Avenger, and then Peter was like, "Yeah, I'm not ready. I'm just your friend in the neighborhood, Spider-Man." Blop blop dips out, and then they're like, "Hey, I'm getting married to Pepper." and they still hadn't gotten married yet at the beginning of Infinity War. That's what they got. Whatever, time magic. Let me know. Everything is fixed now. That's why I'm like, people trying to, and oh my god, it's like I've argued about that movie so much. Again, like this trailer, loved it. I think that's not too strong. I love this trailer. I love the trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home. I thought it was dope. Get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. And if you guys want to reach out to me, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and right here on this YouTube channel, everywhere is at Ikari Press. And if you type in IkariPress.com, it will take you directly to my Indiegogo campaign for my comic book series brand with the phenomenal Kane and White. We're on Teespring, we're on Amazon.com. The links to those are in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe. I'm out.